Even introduce this topic. Black female. You know what? It might not just be a black girl thing. It might be just like a any girl thing. It might just be a girl thing. It might be a person thing. Notice it more in the black community. A lot of like rude comments and mean stuff being said about guys who date outside of their race, black men who date white women, black men who date Hispanic women, or even black men who still date black women, but black women that are light skinned. And lots of like envy or jealousy or hatred towards women who look a certain way, have a certain hair texture or a certain skin complexion or a certain race, and mostly from black women. Hatred amongst black women for women of different who look closer to Caucasian or Latina, don't have black features. And I always thought it was peculiar or weird. Like, I was watching and this is probably the only reality show that you'll catch me watching, be real with you, is the one with growing up in hip hop or something like that, with Angela Simmons and Romeo Miller and all that stuff. And it had Romeo Miller pictured with his Caucasian girlfriend. And it was interesting how much hate that he got, or they got, because he chose to date a white woman. And my question was like, why? And I found myself struggling with this myself because I've started this black female comic strip, and I kind of want to empower young black women of all ages, really, to be confident and proud of themselves. And there's definitely a subtle absence of black women in modern day, well, what was modern day media. I think there's more of a progression of our existence now, especially like the natural hair movement. I see tons of black women with natural hair on TV now, which is cool. But random fact. But I don't know, it was just like mind-boggling at how angry black women, black people can get seeing something like that. And I don't know, for me, I see love. I see two people that are in love, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm just glad that you're happy. Like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, because I hope that I can one day find somebody who makes me as happy as this girl makes you, and vice versa, that this guy makes you. I've never been jealous or like hated any type of relationship, be it black male, white female, black male. I just like, it's whatever to me. I don't really care. But I just think it's so, and I was talking to someone about it, a black woman, and they were saying that, that's your competition. It's like all these black men go to white women once they reach a certain level of success. And I always saw white women or even light-skinned women as, and this was a dark-skinned black woman I was talking to, as like competitors. And it just angered her. And I'm like, I feel like that says a lot about how you feel about yourself, because I went through that too. Not so much hatred, but more so like, oh, she's light skinned, like he's gonna go for her before he goes for me, because I have lots of friends that are fairer skin complexion than I am. So like hanging out or going clubbing or something like that, I might have that like a tad bit of insecurity about like who's gonna get approached more, like kind of identifying myself as the ugly friend because of my skin complexion. And I think that's really, and it took me some time to get over it. And I was like, you know what, like we're all just people. Like, if you stop identifying yourself, well, first of all, we're women. We're all women. We're all like we're all women, and we all go through some common struggles. And I don't know a ton of stuff. Like, we have so much in common. I can't like think of stuff off the top of my head, but I'm telling you, like, white women have struggles just like black women have struggles. Probably not the same struggles, not identical struggles, but we all have struggles. We all deal with womanizing men, or men who treat us like crap, or, you know, work-related issues, sexual harassment issues. We all like kind of deal with some of the same struggles. So it's like, why are we competing against each other? Like, and then there's a question of like, even when they said, my friend said, you know, I feel like I'm in competition with her. It's like, but who put you in competition with her? Who is putting you in this imaginary competition? Who's doing it? And the answer was society. And yes, society does put us in competition. There is definitely a societal standard of beauty amongst all of us. You know, it's even in Asia. It's like the more almond shaped your eyes are, the prettier you are, and just little stuff like that. So there's always this like standard of beauty no matter where you go. And it's really like the media and stuff like that that kind of instills those things into your head. No, be mad at the media. Be mad at people who make magazine covers and people who, you know, finance these commercials and these sitcoms and these TV shows and these movies, who always make the leading star and the leading actress or the leading lady light skin. You know, be mad at videographers or the people who do the casting for music videos, or, you know what I mean? Be mad at those people who are kind of like behind this stuff, but don't be mad at a light-skinned woman because of what society does and what the media, mass media does. Like, it's really not their fault how they look, how they were born. They just look like that. Like, they have no control over it. And like, the last thing they want to do is make anybody, I'm assuming the last thing they want to do is make anybody feel inferior because of their skin color and their hair texture being different from theirs. Like, I just, why are we blaming white women? Why are we blaming light-skinned women? Why are we blaming black men? I don't really think that it's anybody's fault what they look like and who they're attracted to, and who cares? Even if there are black men, which there are, even if there are black men out there in the world who prefer to date light-skinned women and white women because of all these stereotypical, rudimentary, shallow reasons, you know, for not like that means that they're brainwashed and they're easily manipulated by media and they're dumb, and that's not somebody that I really would be attracted to mentally, stimulatingly, at least in the first place. Like, that's not somebody I would be attracted to anyway, because they can't think for themselves or outside of this box that the TV, you know, the picture that the TV paints for them. You know, if you can't think outside of the box of a video vixen or like a long-haired, light-skinned, big booty chick that you see dancing on Future's music video, like, if you can't think outside of that limited box and mind frame, if you can't get to know a woman for her personality, her endeavors, her goals, her ambitions, her likes, her dislikes, what she's been through, how she, you know, if you can't learn to like a woman beyond, or love a woman beyond her physical traits, and you can't even have an in-depth conversation like that with a woman before she checks off your shallow checklist, like, I really don't want to be bothered with you anyways. So I don't care about the next man's preference, and I don't care about the next woman's appearance, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty much really content with who I am. I love myself. I think I'm gorgeous, and I feel like every woman should feel that way about themselves. And I mean, there's always going to be some self-esteem issues. There's always going to be things that you may want to change about yourself, like me and my boobs, or me and my hair is growing on me. But me and my shrinkage, interracial relationships. You don't like interracial relationships? Don't be in one. But why are you judging the next person for, like, I really feel like black people have a hard time seeing themselves as equals. And I feel like that's the real issue with racism. I'm not going to say that racism is dead amongst white society, but I think that white people think about it a lot less than we do. Obviously, because they don't deal with discrimination, but sometimes they really just don't care. And I think that we make a big deal out of it when it's not really that big of a deal. And I think it's because it's not necessarily a matter of them seeing us as equals. That's a part of it, yes, but I think it's mostly us seeing ourselves as their equal. I can walk into a room with a room full of bad girls or bad women and still feel equally, and I say that as in like beautiful or like very attractive, and still feel like equally as confident about myself as I do dancing in the mirror by myself at home. Like, I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still gonna be loud, I'm still gonna dance, I'm still gonna sing, I'm still gonna smile, I'm still gonna be cool and cordial, and I may introduce myself to a couple of them, or tell them that I think that they're pretty, or I like that dress, or girl, how'd you get your hair like that, your makeup is flawless, you looking good. Like, I may even comment on how attractive they are. And that's when you get a feel for their personality. They might be rude or just like, I know, kind of attitude, or they might be like, thanks, or you never know what you end up with. And that's the real beauty in a person, is their personality and who they are on the inside, not just how they look. But at the end of the day, whether they're rude and disrespectful and like feel privileged because of their beauty, or whether they're down to earth, cool people who don't think that they're any different or any better than anybody because of the way that they look, they have no control over the way that they look. All they have control over is how they treat people, how they act, and that's what I judge people based off of. And that's, like exactly what we're asking for as Black people, is to be treated as equals based off of the fact that we're human beings, just like anybody else. We're all just human beings living in this world, fighting for equality, trying to be cool, trying to be rich, trying to be something. But we're just like all on this journey, and it's like, why do we tear each other down or feel hatred or any of these negative emotions towards the next human being who's just fighting and running the exact same race that we are? I don't get it. Understanding of interracial relationships, regardless of it being a Black man and a fair-skinned woman. It just, whatever. I think it's cool that Black